Now the question arises, is Jay-Z involved in even crazier things? People are focusing on 50 Cent wanting to make a documentary about Jay-Z. Recently, 50 Cent leaked shocking footage of Jay-Z at one of those ritual parties, and it's changing the entire narrative. Now the conversation is about Jay-Z finally facing sentencing. We all knew 50 Cent would go after him, but no one expected it to be this intense. So, what actually happened? Let's break it down. The lawsuit and its collapse. On December 8, 2024, an amended civil complaint was filed naming Jay-Z as a defendant in a sexual offense case. The plaintiff, who stayed anonymous under the name Jane Doe, accused him of molesting her when she was just 13 years old. She claimed it happened after the MTV Video Music Awards on September 7, 2000. The lawsuit was filed under New York's Gender-Motivated Violence Protection Act, which had a temporary window allowing older claims. Jay-Z's lawyers responded that the law wasn't even in effect when the alleged incident occurred. It wasn't enacted until December 2000. So how could it apply to something from September? Jay-Z wasn't about to sit back. His legal team, led by attorney Alex Spiro, denied everything. They called the allegations heinous, frivolous, and a clear blackmail attempt. What drew the most attention was the statement itself. It didn't feel like standard corporate PR. It read like Have himself wrote it, ready to defend his name and his family. The accusation involved Jay-Z, Diddy, and a 13-year-old girl. And we were talking just about the statement, right? It felt calculated, aggressive, and clearly drafted by a lawyer prepared to fight. The defense started picking holes in the story. The plaintiff claimed that after escaping the alleged assault, she called her father from a gas station, and he drove hours to pick her up. But investigators spoke with her father, who said he had no memory of this ever happening. Other inconsistencies appeared. She described the after-party taking place at a private residence, but photos and records showed the actual after-parties were at clubs like Twirl and Lotus. The timeline and locations didn't match. It got worse. She claimed to have talked to Benji Madden of Good Charlotte at the event, but his team confirmed the band was touring in the Midwest that night. They weren't at the VMAs at all. The plaintiff had to admit in interviews that not all of her memories were accurate. The plaintiff admitted that not all of her memories were accurate, and blamed the mistakes on trauma and the passage of 2 decades, but she maintained her main accusation. Then, on February 14, 2025, her lawyers filed a notice of voluntary dismissal with prejudice in federal court in Manhattan. In legal terms, this means the case was over permanently. It could not be refiled, no money exchanged hands, and there was no admission of wrongdoing. Her team later said she feared retaliation, but the filing didn't specify an official reason. After all the inconsistencies in her story came to light, she walked away entirely. No settlement, no payment, just completely dropped the case. This was a major victory for Jay-Z and Diddy. The lawsuit had made major headlines since it was initially filed back in December. The accuser claimed that when she was 13, Diddy and Jay-Z had allegedly assaulted her at a VMA afterparty in 2000. That lawsuit, however, is now gone. She voluntarily dismissed it without prejudice, meaning it cannot be refiled. No money changed hands. Hav's team and Roc Nation celebrated, emphasizing that the lawsuit should never have been filed in the first place. Jay-Z released a statement saying he was relieved but still angry about what his family endured. He made it clear he wouldn't forget what happened. Naturally, Jay-Z was thrilled with the outcome but deeply frustrated that he even had to go through it. He said the fabricated story was laughable, if not for the seriousness of the claims, and added, "I would not wish this experience on anyone. The trauma that my wife, my children, my loved ones, and I have endured can never be dismissed." No criminal charges were ever filed. The accusations were civil only, and the statute of limitations for criminal prosecution had long expired. But Hav wasn't content with just winning. He aimed to go after those responsible for bringing the case to him. He targeted Tony Busby, the lawyer who filed the suit, claiming he was running an entire shakedown operation. Remember, Tony Busby filed this lawsuit on behalf of the anonymous plaintiff, and had filed dozens of similar cases against Diddy. Jay-Z criticized Busby for hiding behind Jane Doe and attempting a financial grab that would fail, yet leave him unscathed. Jay-Z argued that the system needed reform to protect real victims while also safeguarding innocent people from false accusations. His next move was to take Busby to court himself. After the February 2025 dismissal, Jay-Z didn't just accept the win and move on. He launched a full-scale counterattack. Jay-Z didn't just move on, he went full attack mode. He targeted the accuser and her lawyer, Tony Busby, aggressively, claiming the entire situation have sought significant damages, over $20 million in lost business contracts for Roc Nation due to reputational harm. He also pursued punitive damages and a court order to prevent Busby from making further public statements. Jay-Z described the original lawsuit as an evil, greed-driven conspiracy, emphasizing the pain inflicted on his family. Beyoncé and their children had to endure this ordeal as well. Busby responded with an anti-SLAPP motion, a California law designed to protect free speech and dismiss weak lawsuits quickly. He argued that the demand letters were standard pre-litigation practice, protected by law, and that his statements were either opinions or essentially true, with no malice intended. The legal battle became complex, with multiple hearings, tentative rulings, and new evidence surfacing. One notable piece of evidence was a recorded conversation where Jane Doe allegedly admitted that Busby pushed her to implicate Jay-Z because it could result in a bigger payout, and that Jay-Z had no involvement in any assault. This recording became central to Jay-Z's argument that the case was fabricated from the start. On July 1, 2025, LA County Superior Court Judge Mark H. Epstein issued a 65-page ruling granting Busby's anti-SLAPP motion, dismissing the entire case. The judge clarified that sending settlement demands before filing a lawsuit does not constitute extortion under California law, stating, "Selling silence for money in a civil setting, the judge made it clear that this type of conduct does not qualify as extortion. Instead, it falls under settlement negotiations that include non-disclosure terms." When it came to the defamation claims, the court ruled that there was insufficient evidence of actual malice, a standard that must be met when the plaintiff is a public figure like Jay-Z. 4 of Tony Busby's statements were deemed too broad and failed to mention Jay-Z by name, while the remaining statements did not demonstrate that Busby knowingly made false claims. That burden of proof is extremely difficult to meet, and Jay-Z's legal team was unable to clear it. Interestingly, the judge acknowledged some discomfort with the outcome. He noted that the ruling might have been different if the recorded conversation involving Jane Doe had been admissible without concerns over how it was obtained. Ultimately, however, First Amendment protections took precedence. Busby celebrated the victory and announced plans to pursue attorney's fees from Jay-Z. Meanwhile, HOV's legal team immediately filed an appeal, arguing that the judge overlooked critical evidence showing the accusations were fabricated. The legal battle was far from finished. It simply moved to a higher court. In addition to the California case, another lawsuit was filed in March 2025 in federal court in Alabama, where Jane Doe resides. This lawsuit directly targeted Jane Doe, Tony Busby, and co-counsel David Forney, alleging conspiracy and extortion. According to the filing, Jane Doe allegedly admitted to investigators that the accusations were false. As of late 2025, the Alabama case was still active, with motions to dismiss filed but no final ruling issued. Jay-Z's strategy appeared intentional, forced the opposition to defend themselves on multiple fronts until resources and momentum were exhausted. These countersuits highlighted how complex high-profile legal battles can become, especially when anti-SLAPP laws protect attorneys, pre-litigation demands are scrutinized, and public figures attempt to reclaim their reputations. With vast resources, fighting back becomes an entirely different game. While the legal battles unfolded in court, 50 Cent kept the controversy alive online. With more than 30 million Instagram followers, 50 used his platform freely to comment on Jay-Z's situation, and he had no shortage of material. His posts peaked in December 2024, right after the amended lawsuit naming Jay-Z became public. One of the most talked about moments came on December 10, 2024, when 50 Cent shared an AI-generated deepfake video depicting Jay-Z being arrested in handcuffs after stepping off an awards show stage. He captioned it sarcastically, "I'm afraid for my life." When Jay-Z appeared at The Lion King, Mufasa premiere in December 2024 alongside Beyoncé and their children, presenting a united family front, 50 Cent mocked the moment as well. He posted a joke implying Jay-Z was trying to distract from the accusations. But this feud didn't begin overnight. 50 Cent's issues with HOV stretched back more than 2 decades. The tension traces back to 1999, when 50 Cent, still an up-and-coming rapper, released How to Rob, a song targeting multiple industry figures, including a line aimed directly at Jay-Z. 50 Cent rapped about taking Jay-Z's Rolex and diamonds in. All of 50 Cent's social media activity tied into his Netflix documentary project, The Reckoning, announced in 2024, with him as executive producer alongside director Alexandria Stapleton. He teased exclusive content online, sparking speculation about whether Jay-Z would be featured. The internet went wild when 50 Cent posted a drawing mocking Jay-Z's appearance on Instagram. Someone commented, asking if Jay-Z was next on his list, and 50 Cent liked the comment, fueling even more rumors. He later captioned the post, "Please stop sending me stuff like this," signaling both humor and ambiguity about his plans. 50 Cent joked on social media, saying, "I'm not going to post it," obviously making light of the situation. But what caught attention was a comment on that post by Dom KMDA, Dom Kata, which 50 Cent liked. The comment read, "My only question, he's next, isn't he?" Fans speculated heavily about what that meant. People also noticed the timing of the Reckoning documentary, which premiered on December 2nd, just 2 days before Jay-Z's birthday on December 4th. Some interpreted that as a subtle message aimed at Jay-Z. The timing, combined with past tensions, suggested 50 Cent might be planning a future project targeting Jay-Z. The earlier Super Bowl situation fueled the speculation further. When Dr. Dre produced the halftime show, Eminem insisted 50 Cent participate. Jay-Z initially opposed it, but eventually relented, reportedly saying, "Fine, the white guy asked for 50, so we'll make it happen." This added to the sense that the rivalry was still active behind the scenes. However, when The Reckoning premiered on Netflix in late 2025, Jay-Z was not mentioned. Despite all the social media hints, HOV was absent from the final cut. In interviews, 50 Cent